of people have been talking about my theory speculation video where I discussed, the possibility of Cloud either being the son of that blonde guy in the first Soldier trailer that showed at TGS, or being some other type of experiment from Shinra, and possibly being a clone or something like that of that guy, and Claudia being involved as like a resident or an employee or something like that of Shinra. A lot of people have been responding to that, and I appreciate that. A lot of people have been messaging me, DMing me about this and that, and I appreciate all of that. But I just want to reiterate that these are just speculation. I'm not trying to be a Wikipedia of facts and all this kind of stuff. I take what is presented to us. I try to present something interesting and something that might make sense narratively. Cloud's dad or his mom being a resident or something there. I get all that. I know that's out there. There's been information written about who possibly Cloud's dad was for years. Came and went with the wind. And I know that story. And Cloud's mom being a part of town for years, people knew her. I get all that. What I'm saying is, if they write it that Nibelheim is mostly, if not all, Shinra employees and just a front for Shinra operations, all I'm saying is there is a conspiracy there. Nibelheim is a big conspiracy, basically, in the world of Final Fantasy VII. And with conspiracies, facts and things come to life, and it's an interesting take and an interesting spin. So with that being said, a lot of you all have asked me, well, what about Tifa's dad and Tifa and all this other kind of stuff, I wanted to get to this because Tifa's an interesting character in this, in that if that's true, she wouldn't know about it. She wouldn't know about Nibelheim being a front for Shinra and all that kind of stuff. Before we get into what I think is up with Tifa and Zagan and all that kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. I know you all are enjoying the content. You're messaging me about it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That helps YouTube push my stuff out to other people who may be interested in it, just like you found me. So I appreciate it. Follow me on all my social media, Kaufman20XX on Instagram and Twitter. Also, consider becoming a YouTube channel member. It really helps a ton with support for the channel and the studio and all the stuff I create. And also look me up on patreon.com/Ray Kaufman. Follow me on twitch.tv/Ray Kaufman. We got a lot of content coming this week. A ton of content coming this week that I've been working the past few days on getting edited, getting up for you all. But without any more of the business, let's go ahead and get into this. So, the most intriguing thing to me about Tifa's role in the past of Nibelheim and everything is that her and the other kids would certainly have been in the dark if there was some kind of conspiracy about Shinra being a front, or Nibelheim being a front for operations for Shinra. And there's enough evidence to conclude that that's exactly what Nibelheim is, and they've all but said it. This is a Shinra town. This is, someone in one of the comments on the video put, it's like the town from the Truman Show, almost. It's heavy-handed with its deceit and how it presents it to not only the citizens, but to the gamer, to the viewer as well. I love the fact that we could get more with Tifa learning stuff from Zagan, however you want to say his name. I've never heard an official pronunciation. I've always called him Zagan, the martial arts master that trained Tifa. I really think it's fascinating. I think if this is true, I think Zagan knew what that town was. He may have even been there on Shinra business and saw something, and Tifa was like, hey, I want to train you. I want to teach you how to get this done and everything. And I love that Zagan trained Tifa to kind of prepare her without telling her about the things that were going to be to come with her living there and all that kind of thing. Tifa is as far as the experimentation and stuff within Shinra, there's nothing special about Tifa as far as, her being like exposed to Mako or anything like that. She is very straight and narrow. All the skills and stuff that she can do from hard work, sweat of her brow. She's the every person, she's regular, and that's really cool because she can do all these amazing things. I don't think it's because she lived in the town of Shinra. That makes her different in a way, right? So her role in all this, her parentage, her mom, We don't know exactly who her mom was or whatever. Probably another Shinra employee. Her dad, probably a Shinra employee, but keeping that on the wraps and keeping a lid on that and keeping that away from Tifa. Tifa is interesting to me because I think Remake could present a possibility for us to see a little bit of her travels and journeys and learn more about her. And we need to learn more about her as far as like where she's at in Remake as the story goes on, because as the story goes on, she becomes more important. Like, she's not super important early on. She's not. To Cloud she is, but to the overall story, she's really not. Now, as the story goes on, she becomes more important and more of a potent character in the story. So we're going to need to learn more about what's going on with that. We need to see Zagan again. We need to see him, and instead of getting her final limit from like reciting the piano in a certain way, that's something you can change. I think it should be like one final duel with Zagan, because the student needs to surpass the master, right? The student needs to surpass their master. It is not in just Eastern folklore and stories and fiction, but it is a universal kind of world through all of the cultures of the world and stories and things passed down through different peoples, different cultures. The student becoming and surpassing the master is present throughout all tales. And I think it should be no different with Tifa and Zagan. That's how she should get her final limit break, I think. But as far as like the conspiracies around Nibelheim and stuff like that, Tifa's just kind of caught in the whirlwind, I believe. I think the other kids there probably are too. I think Cloud, definitely some kind of experiment. He's always portrayed as like a loner, even in his childhood. Like, people don't really want much to do with him. Tifa wants him around. Tifa kind of makes him feel special and that attention and everything. And Tifa has a slight kid-like connection with him when they're younger, but she's kind of the popular girl anyway. So I think her role, until she gets out of Nibelheim, she's just one of the kids. I don't think there's anything major going on there. But her role, her tie to Cloud, is what will eventually kind of help save the world, because she will fix Cloud. And she can fix him because of their childhood together, because she knows him so more intimately and deeply than anyone else in the world knows him. But Nibelheim is fascinating, and I've got a couple more videos coming on Nibelheim I want to share with you all. But until then, you all have a great night, be safe, be good to each other, and show me in the comments what you all think. Some of your conspiracy theories, those are really cool, man. You know, I want to get you all's brains moving too. I want you all to share some theories with me, because this is a lot of fun for me, seeing some of y'all's replies. Like I've said, you don't need to type me a novel. Give me the elevator pitch. Give me a paragraph, the elevator pitch. Because if it's super long, like you rolling out like a scroll to present to the king or whatever, with like you're writing like a chapter of a theory that you've written, I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not going to read the whole thing. I'm not going to read the elevator pitch. I will read the elevator pitch. Throw it in there. So, but with that being said, have a great night. Keep rocking. And I will see you all in the next video.